Hi, welcome back to Astro Tea with Ali C Astrology. I'm Ali, and today I'm going to be talking about the full moon in Sagittarius and what that means for your sign. Now, Sagittarius is the sign of abundance, travel, freedom, and optimism. And with this full moon, we're going to all be releasing limiting beliefs that are preventing us from experiencing freedom in its fullest form. And after you release those limiting beliefs, you can move forward with optimism about your future. And now I always say that releasing under the full moon is the best for the collective, just because you're able to release limiting beliefs, you're able to release what no longer serves you. And with this full moon, that is all about what you believe and what you believe about yourself. Now, I'm going to be going through all 12 signs in this video. If you have any questions, you can DM me on Instagram. You could comment on my TikToks. I do have horoscopes that I will be posting closer to the full moon on my Instagram. So if you like written content, it's going to be on there as well. And if you want to know a little bit more about how this full moon is going to affect you, I have readings available through the link in my bio. Now, I'm going to be basing these horoscopes off of the ascendant or the rising sign in your first house using the whole sign system. Moving forward, let's talk about what the full moon means for your sign. Now, starting off strong with Sagittarius, the full moon in your sign is going to help you release any limiting beliefs that you have about yourself. And now, a lot of these belief systems may have stemmed from when you were a child. Whenever you say that I can or can't do something, that is because there are belief systems that were instilled in you when you were a child. And so because of this, you may be moving forward in your life thinking like, oh, well, maybe I can't do this because of how I was brought up, or I can't do this because I don't believe in myself because nobody believed in me. And I know that sounds so heavy, but I promise you, after this full moon, you're going to be releasing those limiting beliefs that you have about yourself. And I can't wait to see how you fulfill your destiny and move closer towards your soul's purpose, because this is all going to stem from believing in yourself fully. The restlessness that you may have been facing all stems from restrictions that you may have had experience when you were a child. And when you're wanting to move forward into your highest timeline or becoming your higher self, the limiting beliefs that you have about achieving that person, that goal, all stems from that childhood trauma. And so during this full moon, you're going to want to release any limiting beliefs that may have been instilled in you as a child. And doing so, you're learning to trust yourself and learning to trust that everything happens in divine timing and divine alignment. And so whenever you start trusting yourself and believing in yourself, the closer and closer you get into becoming your higher self or who that person is to you. Scorpio, this is going to be the perfect full moon to release any limiting beliefs about your income, stability, and your material needs. Now, I know Scorpio energy likes to cling on to a current fixation. And with that being said, this fixation of becoming, super abundant, super wealthy, this is all stemming from your belief surrounding what you're worthy of. And because of that, there may have been jobs you've taken just for the sake of abundance, or that you've taken opportunities because you thought it was going to bring you abundance, but it was actually a lesson in some way. This full moon is going to help you release those limiting beliefs surrounding what abundance means to you. And now, because Saturn is in your 5th house, there is a push for you to be more creative, and in doing so, that creativity will bring you abundance, but you have to believe that those creative endeavors are going to bring you abundance. And so once you start believing in yourself, that's kind of when you bring in that abundance, when you match that frequency of abundance, because you're believing in yourself and believing that those creative endeavors are going to bring you that income that you're wanting. The world needs your talents and your creativity. And in order to do so, you have to align yourself with that higher self, that higher part of you that is begging for you to be creative and to put your art form out there in any way that is resonating with you. Now, this could be music, this could be acting, this could be, painting on a canvas, whatever is going to fulfill your soul with the filter of creativity will bring you that abundance, but you have to believe that this is for you. Use this full moon to let go of wanting that material wealth first and step into what is going to fulfill your soul as far as your creative endeavors go. Libra, use this full moon to release any limiting beliefs that you have around how you communicate. Now, during Gemini season, you're going to be running around with your friends, you're manifesting travel, and during this time, it's really important for you to speak up on how you feel, because you're going to be surrounded by a lot of energy. And Libras always like to, help others and be of service to others in a way that you're able to hype them up. You're wanting to make sure everybody feels good, but there has to be a moment for you to be a little bit more on the, well, what do I want and what do I feel kind of side of things, especially because you are going to be around a lot of energy. And now any limiting beliefs around how you speak, how you communicate needs to be let go of, so that way whenever you're traveling and you're with your friends, you're able to speak up on how you feel. If there's any tension in the workplace, this is the perfect full moon to release that tension that you feel when it comes to speaking up around your coworkers. And you need to tell them how you feel about certain things, because if it doesn't feel right with you, then it's really hard to focus. And so because of that, you really need to step into that, like, I'm going to communicate as much as possible during this season, because there are things that you need to kind of alleviate that tension with and bringing balance within yourself and your workplace. Virgo, use this full moon to release any limiting beliefs in regards to your upbringing. Now, you're being called into fulfilling this higher role with Pluto in your 6th house and Saturn in your 7th house. And because of this, you're trying to make relationships with others that can help you fulfill that higher role. But what it comes down to is believing in yourself. And that belief comes from how you were raised and what kind of home life you experienced. As you're stepping into this higher role, as you're fulfilling that soul's purpose, there may be blockages surrounding if you're worthy of being in that higher role or being your higher self. This all comes from the belief systems that were instilled in you as a child. You are valued and your services are needed in this world. So use this full moon to release those limiting beliefs, so that way you can step forward in what calls to you in that soul's purpose and that higher role, and being of service to others. The world needs you, but you need to show up for yourself and kind of heal that inner child a little bit. Use this full moon in Sagittarius to expand your consciousness of, okay, this is how I was raised, but I don't have to be this person that is stuck in this box of, oh, this is how I was raised, so I can't move forward. Yes, you can. So release any limiting beliefs in regards to that. Use this moon to regain your confidence. Leo, release any limiting beliefs surrounding romance. Now, your confidence and your courageousness is something to be so proud of. And Venus moving into your 1st house along with Mars, you have this extra boost when it comes to romance and love. Now, this full moon is going to help you release any limiting beliefs surrounding that. And so that way you can pursue relationships that don't dim your light. Like, you do not deserve to be dimmed by others. Take your confidence and your power back by releasing what you think you deserve in relationships and switching your perspective into what you know you deserve. Now, you're going to step into self-love fully here with this full moon, and so be sure to be kind to yourself as you're releasing why you think you deserve certain relationships and what you know that you deserve, because you're so full of love and light and your relationships need to enhance that for you. So release those beliefs and step into love fully. Cancer, during this full moon, you're going to want to release any limiting beliefs that you have about your current role. The good old, I want to create this, but I can't. Release that mindset. Now, you're bringing in abundance and friendships here as you're trying to navigate the depths of your own emotions. And because of that, there may be some beliefs that you have about what your purpose and what your role is in this lifetime. And with your creative endeavors, it's really important for you to release limiting beliefs surrounding those. And there may be some decisions that you need to make in regards to aligning yourself with your higher self. Now, this full moon, this whole moon cycle is going to be so important for you to spiritually align with yourself. And by doing meditation, breath work, yoga, you're going to want to incorporate those spiritual practices in your daily routine so that you can align yourself a little bit further. And when the sun moves into Cancer next month, you're going to feel like rejuvenated and whole, but you need to release those limiting beliefs. Gemini, use this full moon to release any limiting beliefs that you have around your relationships. Now, this season is all about communication and speaking up, and Gemini, you have no problem doing that. But with this full moon, you're going to realize that you deserve a lot more than what you're receiving in relationships, and you can use this season to speak up in those relationships. Now, speaking freely is so important to you, so this moon cycle will reveal to you who you can speak up with and who you can't. As you're moving through the inner workings of your mind and you're expanding your consciousness, you're going to feel like you need to speak more and speak up, and you're releasing constraints regarding your voice and how you use it. So by doing this, by releasing those constraints, you are able to speak up in your relationships and pay attention to who is receiving what you're saying in a non-defensive way and who is. And that is going to reveal to you what relationships are important to keep and what relationships you need to let go of. And this can mean friendships or business partnerships as well. It's not just a partnership like a relationship. Taurus, use this full moon cycle to release any limiting beliefs about your financial security. Now, as you're redefining what you value in love, money, and long-term stability, there are limiting beliefs around the ability to integrate your life with another and creating that financial stability together. Now, this could be a relationship, a business partnership, but at the end of the day, this is all about if you are able to create that stability with another or doing it yourself. This full moon will help you transform how you feel about those subjects and who is going to stay in your life as you create this abundance for yourself and this long-term stability with Jupiter in your sign helping you with this. And in the 8th house, it's all about transformation and integration. So this is going to be really, really good for you to release any beliefs that you have about letting another person help you or letting another person aid you in your pursuit of abundance. Aries, release limiting beliefs around what it means to experience freedom. Now, you have a lot of abundance and attention coming in from all over, and there have been restraints that you've been feeling in the past, but now it's time to let all of that go. So that way you can step into your higher self and expand your consciousness in a way that is going to reveal to you how to bring in abundance in its fullest form. That true freedom and optimism lies within, so you need to release those blockages that are preventing you from seeing the world in a lighter light, because Sagittarius is all about that optimistic point of view, and Aries, because things have been falling out of your life rather quickly, it's kind of hard to see that there is good on the other side of those life lessons that you've been experiencing. And so now it's the perfect time to release limiting beliefs surrounding freedom and what it means to have what it means to be free. And being free is the result of letting go of limiting beliefs. Let go of any negative self-talk and believe that you are worthy of the beautiful life that you're creating. Pisces, use this full moon to release any limiting beliefs in regards to your higher purpose in your career. You are shifting timelines here. You've been shifting for a while, and with Saturn in your first house in your sign, you have been putting in a lot of hard work. Now, with all this hard work, it takes time to build that long-term stability. So you may have had moments where you're like, oh, is this hard work worth it? And it is. And so with this full moon, you're going to release any negative talk about, do I keep going with this? Is it worth it? And the answer is yes. And so you're going to use this full moon to release those blockages that are preventing you from seeing that all the hard work that you're putting in right now is going to be worth it in the end as you bring in long-term abundance and stability. You deserve that abundance and you deserve that recognition. And you have this talent of putting everybody else on a pedestal instead of yourself. But now it's time to take your power back and to step on that pedestal you put everybody else on, because you deserve that dream career. And as you're helping others elevate their consciousness, please believe that abundance is on the way for you. But you have to release those blockages of not feeling worthy of being in the limelight or being somebody with a higher social status, or even having recognition in your career. Aquarius, release limiting beliefs that you have around your goals. Now, Pluto is in your sign right now and it's retrograde. So there's been a lot of reflection of what you value the most and how you're able to transform into that higher purpose, into your fullest authentic self. And because of this, there is a push for you to align yourself with that authenticity that you've been craving your whole life. Manifesting ways to create your dream life, your dream career, your dream relationships, and your dream stability, what that looks like for you. But you have to transform with the motions. And now with this full moon, you may feel like there's some blockages that you need to release, so that way you can propel forward in that dream version of yourself that aligns with the goals that you've been manifesting. But you have to believe that you deserve it, and you have to move through this moon cycle with believing that you deserve it and believing that you are worthy of this life that you're manifesting for yourself. And afterwards, you're going to feel so optimistic about the plans that you have put in place that align yourself with those goals. And last but not least, Capricorn, you're going to want to release any part of your past that is preventing you from moving forward. Now, this full moon is going to illuminate a karmic cycle that could be ending for you right now. And in doing so, you're learning that holding on to this past no longer serves you, and it's time to let it go. Now, this could be about relationships. This could be about your upbringing. This could be about your career. Anything that you need to let go of, whatever resonates for you when I say you need to let go of your past, is going to be the thing that you need to release. Write it down on paper and let it go, because it does not serve you. Holding on to your past is creating a blockage for you that is preventing you from moving forward with optimism. And you have a lot of goals in mind. You're very ambitious, you're very motivated, but that past that you're holding on to is preventing you from moving forward with those ambitions and with those goals. You'll be so glad that you let go of this karmic cycle, this past life, because it does not serve you. You cannot open a new door of opportunity if the old door is still open. So it's time to shut that and move forward with this new life that you're manifesting for yourself with full optimism and believing that you can move past this karmic cycle or this past lover, this past, home life, whatever resonates for you. When I say let go of the past, do it and believe that you're strong enough to do so. That is the Astro Tea on the full moon in Sagittarius and what it means for your sign. If you want a bit more in depth of what this full moon means for you, I do have readings available through the link in my bio, and I will have written content up on my Instagram as well. Thank you guys so much for being here. I'm so happy you're here, and good luck releasing with this full moon.